What is up, PepperPack Podcast family? I am the Dr. Pepper teacher, Zach Bowman. Welcome to another episode of the PepperPack Podcast. And sorry I had to do some testing right there because I noticed yesterday my video that I made and did not have any video, any audio, and was completely blank. So we're going to do a double episode tonight to catch y'all up from what you missed last night. So that's 2 Pondering Pepper questions, 2 answers, and I only got 1 Dr. Pepper, so we're going to have to fix that because I'm going to need another one. But thank you for tuning in. If you haven't, feel free to follow us on our different social medias. Use that link tree that's scrolling across the bottom of the page. That will help you connect with us. We love to see what y'all are doing. But we got to start the show off right. You know how we do it. 1, 2, 23. It's good. Well, tomorrow is a start of a busy week for me. Back to school, spring break's over. I was able to get a lot accomplished this spring break. A lot of my house projects I wanted to get done. Still have a few things that didn't quite knock out, but I'm happy with the progress I made. Soccer season's full swing. My girls have their first game Thursday, so I'm excited about that. And then Saturday, going up to the Nebraska spring game with my daughter, which should be a lot of fun. We'll probably do an on-the-road version of the podcast. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But let's go ahead and jump into this tonight, see what we got. So yesterday's question, before I share that, we like to answer these questions, just to recap, 3 different ways. How they relate to Dr. Pepper, how these questions relate to us in our own lives, and then how they can relate and be answered both according to our faith and our spiritual life. So with that in mind, yesterday's question was for March 21st. What small act of kindness were you once shown that you will never forget? My answer for this yesterday was, I said that my personal life story and my faith one kind of coincide. They went together. I went on a mission trip to Africa in 2010. And while I was there, I was really drawn to this trip because I had the opportunity to work with street kids and just love on them and play games and spend time with them. And I was in Africa for 6 weeks, but we only were working with these kids for 2 weeks, so I really wanted to take full advantage of that time. But unfortunately, our group was so large that they split us up. So of the probably 8 days, maybe even 7 days that we were really there working with the kids, my group only got to be there like 3, maybe 4 days, I think, if we were lucky. And that was just killing me because that's the whole reason why I wanted to go. And while we were there, we would, the missions organization, Beam Africa, they would provide a meal for each of the kids that day. And this was probably the only meal these kids got, so they were all coming all from all over to get this food. And it was just like a simple Dixie cup, even if not even that big, of just like rice and beans. And so our team, we were a bunch of college kids from Kansas, Nebraska, and wherever. And we would bring our own lunches, and we would eat in our vans because we didn't want to be eating our sandwiches or whatever. We had bags of chips in front of the kids when all they have is rice and beans, which totally understandable. But I was like, this is the only time I get with these kids. I'm not going to miss out on it. I didn't want to miss out on it. So I chose not to eat lunch, which I do a lot as a teacher. I just don't eat lunch because I'm busy. And I just sat with the kids while they're eating. And my little buddy, Innocent, him and I were so close. We hung out and played together every day that I was there, and we bonded and connected really well. I was sitting next to him, and he's eating his food, and he looks over at me and does one of these up and down, like looking, where's my plate? Why am I not eating? And he's like, you want food? And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm not going to eat today. And so he looks at me again, scoops up a big old spoonful of his only food that he gets, and goes to like give it to me. And it absolutely broke my heart because that was all he had. And that's probably the only food he's going to eat today, but he was willing to share. with just somebody that he only met like a week or two earlier. And it really changed my life and just how I see food and how I see waste and the resources that we have and how we use things. My daughter, my wife will tell you that I get on them. I get on a lot of people all the time about wasting things, not throwing stuff away. If you're going to put food on your plate, you better eat it or not throwing it away. Richard, you're probably watching this. I'm glad the audio's working. Starting if you want to join. But yeah, I can't see it. And as a teacher, I see kids all the time like go through the lunch line and fill up their plates with stuff, take one bite of it and throw it away. And it drives me nuts. It's like I'm like, if you only knew the kids around the world that, one, don't even have the money to buy the food, but even if they did have the food, how much they would be thankful for it and would not allow it to go to waste. Fortunately, we do live in America and we are blessed to have plenty of resources, but still, I know there are lots of people in America that don't have the resources, and I just wish we had a better way of not being so wasteful and being more thankful for what we've been provided. My Dr. Pepper answer to that question, probably the same missions trip. It was the same missions trip. Knowing I was going to be there for 6 weeks and the amount of money I needed to raise, I greatly decreased the amount of Dr. Pepper I was drinking, because I also knew that Dr. Pepper was not sold in South Africa. And so I was going to be gone for 6 weeks, so I needed to get used to not having it. So I drank it up until we got on the flight. Drank it while we flew over to London Heathrow. And that's probably the last one I had. And went about 5 of the 6 weeks without Dr. Pepper. Every restaurant, every gas station, every convenience store, every grocery store, I'm asking the people, hey, do you guys have Dr. Pepper? They're like, what's Dr. Pepper? I'm like, it's only the greatest soda ever. And they're like, nope, we got the red soda. Nope, we got this. I'm like, no, it's gross. Nobody wants that. I just couldn't find it. And people were just telling me, give up. You're never going to find it. I was like, no, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep searching for it. And I got to celebrate, I believe it was probably my 22nd birthday in South Africa. And we decided we're going to get up at before sunrise, and climb to the top of this, it's called Table Mountain in South Africa. There's a monument called Lion's Head. And we're going to go to the top of Lion's Head and watch the sunrise. And so we get up there before the sun comes up, and we're going there, and we climb all the way to the top as me, one of my leaders, and about probably 6 or 7 out of the group, and we're just standing there watching the sun come up over the horizon. It was awesome. It was beautiful. And as I'm standing out there just taking it in, my leader turns around, reaches into his backpack, and pulls out 2 cans of Dr. Pepper and hands them to me. Now, I'm not somebody that cries, but I about cried. I was like, what in the world is happening? I couldn't believe it. And he's like, you're never going to believe it. I'm like, I don't. He's like, we went to fill up the rental cars yesterday when we got to Cape Town, and the gas station literally across the street from our hostel, like when you walk out of the front door of our hostel, 20 yards across the street, and probably not even 20, like 15 yards, is a gas station. They have imported Dr. Pepper from Britain or England, and they had it. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I got to have a Dr. Pepper on my birthday in South Africa, and it's just that small act of kindness, like, just touched me, and it was awesome. So that was my Dr. Pepper small kind of act of kindness. And then in doing so with that, I was able to then go buy Dr. Pepper and share it with the guys that I met at the different colleges down in South Africa, and they got to have it. So that was really cool, and just how God provided Dr. Pepper right there next to where I was staying was really pretty cool. My other Dr. Pepper small act of kindness is probably this bottle right here, where Dr. Pepper sent me a bottle with my name and face on it. So I was really excited about that too. I think Josh did cry when he opened his and saw his face on it. But again, I'm not someone that cries very much. So that was my answers to yesterday's questions. I recorded this, posted it live yesterday. And when I went to watch it again, it was no audio, no video, and I was like, what in the world? But tonight, I think everything's working, so we're good to go. My question for tonight, March 22nd, question number 81 of the year, is what is your happiest childhood memory and what makes it so special? I didn't do the ticker. Let me fix this real fast. Save. Let's hide that one. There we go. Gotta get this technical stuff figured out. What is your happiest childhood memory and what makes it so special? See, I usually prep these so that way you don't have to see me think. Or Richard's usually on, but he's probably watching right now going, oh, yep, I couldn't get on. Good luck with that one, Bowman. Well, if you're watching, give me a comment. Let me know what your happiest childhood memory is, and maybe we'll spur something for me. I have a lot of happy childhood memories. My memory before my car accident was phenomenal. I could tell you details about many, many, many things. I could probably draw you a scale blueprint of my house and my school, and my church. There's many memories. I remember being the jump roping champion at my church in Omaha. I won the IJF tournament, the International Jump Roping Federation, as my pastor called it, which also stands for the I'm Jesus Friend. So I took out a bunch of people. That was a lot of fun. I was the top quizzer for the state of Nebraska for Bible quiz, and we went on to regionals and nationals. Those was happy memories. Went to many Nebraska games and College World Series games with my family. I think it was, I want to say like 95 or 96. LSU was in the national championship College World Series game at Rosenblatt, and we were on the third base line, and the starting pitcher for LSU, his parents were right in front of me and my dad, and so when they won, that parent got permission from my father to take me out on the field, and I got to run the bases and got autographs and batting gloves from players, so that was pretty cool. So many memories. I'm getting ready to go back up to Omaha after the spring game, so I've been thinking about all the things I can do with my daughter and show her all the places I used to go and things I used to do. There's a time I won the paper airplane contest at my school with a paper airplane my mom made. I just went like this, and it flew all the way across the gym. Lots of time spending with friends, playing wall ball at church. Running around the neighborhood, playing outside, drinking from hoses. Just being a kid. I think having fun. I used to get in trouble a lot too as a kid. I had a terrible temper. So I have a lot of not fun memories of me getting in trouble because I did some really dumb stuff. Yeah, I tell people about some of the stuff I did, like, you were kind of a crazy child, your poor parents. And I'm like, yep, my poor parents. Let's see, I had chickenpox twice as a kid. Not very fun, don't recommend it. I remember faking being sick. That was pretty funny. I learned how to use the toaster to heat up my thermometer, or my temperature thing. Thermometer, so I could make it look like I was sick and didn't have to go to school. Going to Nebraska games when the tunnel walk would start was awesome. Watching movies. I remember one time me and my friends walked to the movie theater and watched Lost World Jurassic Park at the 20 Grand. Was it 20? Yeah, it was the 20 Grand in Omaha. Yeah, it was fun times. We actually had malls back then, and people actually shopped in them, just spending some time walking around the mall, hanging out. That was fun. Yeah. As it relates to Dr. Pepper, I've shared this before, I wasn't allowed to have soda a lot. We always had to have like lemonade or pink lemonade. It was really watered down. So when I was offered soda, I would take whatever I could have, or whatever was there. So I have drank the blue soda and red soda and the green sodas, and they're gross, but it was better than water. But now that I have tasted what is known as perfection in soda, I don't need the others. So, favorite childhood memory? I don't honestly have a ton of childhood memories with Dr. Pepper. I think the earliest memories I have is probably my teenage years when I started working and I got free soda at the restaurant I worked at, so I drank a lot of Dr. Pepper. And then collecting Dr. Pepper, from that point on, I've been known as the Dr. Pepper guy. Yeah, those were fun times. Happiest childhood memory. I'm not gonna lie, I love recognition. I think anybody would say, okay, I know not anybody would say this, but I know a lot of people like being recognized and appreciated, and I'm a very competitive person. Anything you can do, I probably can't do better, but I'm sure gonna do my best to do it better than you anyway. So when I would achieve things, I was very happy about that, very proud of what I've done. Like I said, from competing with Junior Bible Quiz to knocking people out in the jump roping contest in my church, a lot of happy times spent with friends and having fun would probably be my happiest childhood memories. But I also remember I love dogs. I've had dogs my whole life. My dogs would always get out and I had to run down and chase them, and finally be able to catch them once they've got away. That catch my dog and having to walk it back home. Those fun times. It was not fun in the moment, but I was happy that I caught my dog and everything was alright. Yeah. That I think is about all I got for you tonight. So, thank you for tuning in. I'm taking a preview at tomorrow's question, and I'm going to make sure Richard can join me, because tomorrow's question has to do with the things we own. So that's all I'm going to tell you. And as you can see behind me, I own some things. So tune in tomorrow night as we chat about the things we own and what exactly. But thank you again. Appreciate your time. As always, stay safe, stay caffeinated, be blessed, be a pepper until we drink again. See y'all next time.